Good evening, everyone, and to all my racing community, and welcome back to another racing preview for the weekend. Bit of housekeeping on top. Obviously, last weekend's podcast was a bit of a damp squid, to be honest. We only covered the 3 races, and all 3 selections that I put up on the podcast actually all ended up non-runners. So it wasn't no selections whatsoever on Saturday. We had 1 selection on Sunday which didn't overly run particularly well. But we have had a winning selection today, which in Hasten Slowly, who won it nicely at 12-1, half a point each way. So he's put us back in the profit for the month, which is good. But looking ahead, obviously there's going to be plenty more content, plenty more stable tours, horses to follow, etc. all come in when the jump season gets going in a few weeks' time. And looking ahead to this weekend, we've got 4 races to cover from Newbury, 2 races from Ripon, including the Great St Wilfrid, and then 1 race from Newmarket, all on ITV. For those that haven't yet got involved in the NAPS competition, it's quite simple. You just pick who you think your best chance of a winner is from those 7 races, and if it wins, that's a start. And if it's the biggest SP out of all the winners, you'll win a £5 free bet. So without further ado, we will move on to the racing, and I'm going to start over at Newbury, where we have 4 races, like I said, to cover, starting with the Jerry Frieda Stakes over 1 mile, 5 furlongs for the stayers, near enough 1 mile 6. Where Pinhole is here, is currently favourite at 2-1. Obviously, not the best last time out. One last time out after disappointing the time before at Royal Ascot. Gets weight allowance off the top 3, adamantly friendly, old horses, adamantly friendly, Candlefoot and Epic Poet. But the horse I like in here is Fervour of Andrew Balding's Oisin Murphy in the saddle. Didn't do too badly last time. To be fair, last time out at Newmarket, where he was 5th of 5th. I'm going to put a line through that. I don't think that was his run-in. He was keen going to the start. Oisin had him wide from the get-go, and he kind of took it up purely and simply to try and put pace to the race. Oisin trying to get Scandinavia off it, and he was weak in the market as well. I think he was around 6-4, 13-8 in the morning, and went off as big as 7-2. So it's clearly a miss with the horse. He's finished out the back of the TV last of the 5. It certainly wasn't his true run-in. The time before that, he's finished 2nd at Royal Ascot behind Karmas, which isn't bad form. Pinhole was in that race also. That was the race he finished 8th in. And Scandinavia, obviously the horse that beat him last time out, was in that race as well, was 5th, and obviously has gone on to win at Goodwood since as well. And his favourite for next year's Ascot Gold Cup. Before that, another line through Pinhole is that he was only a half a length behind Pinhole in the Chester Vase, up at Chester behind Lambourne. Obviously Lambourne's gone on to win the Derby. And the fact that you're getting around 7-1 for this horse, who, if he settles this time and Oisin doesn't try and take it on and push the pace, I think he's got a hell of a chance at 7-1. He's got Newbury form. He won over 1 mile 3 round here at the start of the season. So the track shouldn't be no problem. And I think if he gets a lead rather than having to make the run in, I think he could go close. And at 7-1, I'm willing to take a play on him rather than backing the favourite. We then move on to the second race on the card, which is the 225. The DHF Excellence in Nutrition Handicap. Very well named race. 11 runners. Get ready to rumble. Currently his top price 3-1 favourite for Jack Shannon and Tom Marquand. This was an absolute minefield, I'm not going to lie. I'm looking through this and possibly back. And I might take a risky swing at the horse that won the race last year, and that is Fatasus. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might have completely butchered that. Won the race last year, only 2 starts ago. Hasn't been Hasn't been only seen once since, and that was 18 days ago over the course where he completely had a pipe when he was last. Didn't at all run well. Obviously, like I said, won this race last year. Comes here, obviously not in the same form he was in last year. When he obviously didn't disappoint Newbury. It was at Goodwood he ran last time in a Class 2. Obviously dropping down in class as well into this race. And he'd be a very tentative selection. It's a very, very poor race in my opinion for something they show on ITV. Then we move on to the 3 o'clock. Quickly get there, sorry. Which is the TPT Fire Handicap. Now, Classic is in here, favourite 130. Now, you back Classic at your peril. Obviously, won for me 2 starts back, I think it was, up at Sandown. He's a very, very frustrating horse. He's been beaten at very short prices on 3 of his last 4 occasions, so he wouldn't be for me. The one I am going to side with, and I've backed him 2 starts ago at York, and it's Oblix of Julie Camacho's Ryan Sexton coming down from the north to take the ride. Won emphatically up at York over 7 furlongs, 2 starts back at the back end of July. Really, really impressive. Came from the back of the field, slooshed through them on the bridle. Absolutely very, very impressive. Then was stepped up to 8.5 furlongs for the Racing League. Not last week, the week before at Wolverhampton, where he finished 10th of 11. I don't think that was his true run. Obviously, the Racing League, you never know how to take the races from there. And I think dropping back down to 7 furlongs is only going to suit this horse. Gets a lead, gets a decent pace cover to sit, and hopefully we'll get the gaps. And at 14 to 1, I'd be willing to chance myself on him again in what looks a very competitive handicap. We then go to the 3:35, the Hungerford Stakes. Now, if you're in my Telegram, you know I've already put up a horse in this race, anti-post. But for those that aren't in my Telegram and are watching the podcast and don't know about this horse, the horse is Duty First of Archie Watson's. Holly Doyle in the saddle. Won first time up at Newbury. I know he was like 33 to 1 that day. He's 25 to 1 currently, best price at the moment for this race. He's 33 to 1 when he won the Group 3 at the start of the season. He then went and won and ran that was over 7 furlongs, and he went up to a mile and ran in the 1,000 guineas, where he was 9th of 10. He's then gone over to the Curragh, where he's ran in the Irish Guineas and finished 4th of 12. Very respectable run there at 25 to 1. And then there's run in the Coronation Stakes next time over a mile and finished last of 11. Now drops back to 7 furlongs, back down in class. I think this 25 to 1 about this horse is an absolute disgrace. I think she will outrun these odds somewhat chronic. And if you get in 3 places, which I think we should do, looking at it, we've currently got 10 runners in the field. I know Witness Stand at the top of the market was a very good winner. I think he's actually at the top of the market. More Thunder's at the top of the market now. More Thunder only just won handicap last time at the Bunbury Cup. Obviously, I put up Alto at 40 to 1. Only got chinned by More Thunder. More Thunder you need serious luck in running. If you've got the balls, as they say, to buy back in this horse at 3 to 1, when he literally needs to be put on the line, then more for you. He is up in trips and that might benefit him, but I'd be willing to take a chance on Duty First. Currently best price at 25 to 1. Like I said, Witness Stands in here after his group success at Royal Ascot, but can he back it up? That is the question. We then go over to Ripon. Actually, no, I'll do Newmarket first because there's one race at Newmarket we're going to cover. And that is the Class 4. I can't believe this is on the TV either, to be honest. They're clearly trying to fill space and time by putting races like this on. But there we go. The Jennings Bet Grey Horse. Oh, that's why. This is a grey horse race. All the horses in the race are grey. So that's probably why it's on the TV. Handicap Class 4 As it says in the title, all the horses are grey, and the one that won it last year, Archduke Ferdinand, is at the top of the top of the weights. He's currently the favourite. Nope. Benhara is favourite for William Haggis and Kieran Fallon. But the one I like in here is the one that actually finished second in the race last year, and that's Strike of Johnny Pullman's. Oliver Tubbs will take the ride, claiming Olivia Tubbs will take the ride, claiming 5. Now, this horse finished second in the race last year to Archduke Ferdinand. Very good second, just beating a neck. Now, the weight for difference is the best part of Stone in favour of Strike. Now, he's got to come back to form, don't get me wrong. But back of the rate course where he ran well last time when he was here. I don't think he's run here since. Let me just have a quick look. No, he hasn't ran here since, and he was 11-2 that day as well, so he was obviously well punted as well. Olivia Tubbs has actually won on this horse as well, so that's a plus point going towards the jockey as well. But 12-1, a horse that's finished place in the race before, he will do for me in the grey horse race. And then the 2 races over at Ripon, we got the silver. Find it. The 245, the Silver Cup handicap, over 6 furlongs for the sprinters. Novo's Lad is favourite here for the Midgley and David Noland connections after winning last time out. The horse I'm going to take a chance on here, and he's going to be a bit of a price, is Havana Rum of Richard Fahey's. Ethan Tisdale in the saddle. Now, you wouldn't quite look at this, the fact he's rated 65 in a handicap. It's not the most attractive profile. He hasn't won for a while, but I think Fahey's horses are just coming back into form now, and you can get 12-1 around. There is 14s, but 12-1 mainly around. He's got course form. He's won here previously. That's always good. He's got a decent draw. I think normally you want to be pretty high at Ripon. He's drawn 10, so that'll do me. He's pretty high drawn. Like I said, Fahey normally does well at this track as well. So Havana Rum, I know he hasn't won for a while, but 12-1, you're going to get 5 places on the day. He'll be for me. And the final race I'm going to cover is the Great St Wilfrid itself. The Minefield handicap over 6 furlongs, and I'm going to take a swing on the top weight here. 14-1, Nostrum is 14-1. And the reason for this is this horse has been running in group races all his career. Like Group 2 last time, he was 8 behind Witness Stand at Goodwood. He was 6th of 6 in a Group 2 at Ascot, and then he was 8th of 8 for York. Now, he's not got, you can't say he's not doing anything good over these trips, over 7 furlongs. He's just not running his race. Let's put it simple, a spade. He's never run over 6 furlongs before. David O'Mara's dropping him back to 6. But he did have okay form for state. He won at a mile. He won a listed race at a mile 2 years ago for St Michael State. So he's no back number. And I just think if he can get out, he's drawn okay in 7. But O'Mara's a master on these sort of races. And the fact that he's dropping into a handicap company, I know he's got to give tons of weight away to some of these horses. But I think at 14-1, you're going to get 5 places in this race. If you can get out, get in front, he's going to stay. I think he'll be hard to catch, and I think he is probably a decent bet at 14-1, and that is Nostrum in the Great St Wilfrid. Obviously, a lot of these will get in off really low weights. There's a couple of Fahey horses down the bottom that are could be chucked in at the weights, but we'll take a stab at the top weight. So that's all 7 races covered. In regards to best bets, obviously I've already put up Duty First as an anti-post bet at 25s. So she would be one. The other one that I like the look of is, if I go back 2 seconds, I think it's another one at Newbury. I think it's a 3 o'clock, wasn't it? Sorry guys, Oblex. Oblex is the other one. 14-1. Won really well. 2 starts back at York. Back down to 7 furlongs. Ryan Sexton, sit and wait. Get the gaps. And I think he will outrun his odds. Currently 14-1. I think that's a big for the horse that won so well 2 starts ago. So that is all the races covered. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. Like I said at the start, there's plenty more content coming, especially with the jumps around the corner. Horses to follow videos, stable tour videos. I've got a few potentially special guests lined up for the podcast. I've had a few people ask me if they can come on, which is great. The following's going well. I like the thanks to everybody who's been supporting me. I'm nearly at 2,500 followers on Twitter. I've got 250 in the Telegram group, which is great. And then there's now 100 subscribers to this YouTube channel as well. But if you can keep subscribing, liking, it's always going to help me and help the channel. So yeah, like I said, please like and subscribe to the video. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all have a good weekend punting, and happy punting to you all.